Here's my entry for the men's traditional singing. When Gavin Gregg noted down this song, he was quite stunned by it. He called it the most interesting ballad he'd ever come across. But sadly, he never got a tune for it. And it wasn't till a few years later, about 1930, when James Madison Carpenter came over from Harvard, that he managed to find someone who not only knew the words, but knew the tune as well. And she was a remarkable singer called Belle Duncan from Lamb Hill by Echt, not so far from Morgan McVeigh's. Okay, well, I'm going to sing The White Fisher for you. And when when my wife first heard me sing this, she said, what's that called? The Complicated Baby Song? Maybe that would have been a better title. So here goes. 'Tis but a month and it is nae mair since first I married thee, and there is a baby atween your sides, and I'm sure it's nae to me. Is it by a laird, or is it by a lord, or ony o' high degree? Or is it by ane o' your father's merry men? Come, love, you can tell me. It's nae by a laird, and it's nae by a lord, nor ony o' high degree, but it's by ane o' my father's merry men, and an ill death may he dee. 'Twas my father's kitchie boy, atween the kitchie and the ha', he's placed his hands on my shoulders, and he's forced me agin the wall. Gang to your bower, my lily flower, till all your months are deen, and sometimes you'll read o' the good books, and sometimes sew at the seam. And I'll gang out on a bonny boat, I'll sail across the main, but be it wet or be it dry, that time I will be hame. Well, it fell out upon a day, in labour she fell by, and her good lord in another other room, he heard his lady sigh. Had my young son been to my good lord, he would have eased my moan. Had my young son been to my good lord, he wouldna hae been and gone. Well, up he rose, and in he goes, it was to ease her moan. Up he rose, and in he goes, and he saw her bonny young son. Tak my young son in your arms, tak him away from me. Tak my young son in your arms, and throw him in the sea. Gin he sink, let him sink, gin he swim, let him swim, but never ever let him come here again, ere white fish he bring hame. He's ta'en her young son in his arms, and held him tae his breast, and he's awa' tae his mother's bower, where she was taking her rest. Come doon, my mother dear, come doon and let me in, for the dew falls on my yellow hair, and it's weetin' my bonny young son. I tell you this, my son Willie, afore you went there to woo, that yon lady wasna maiden true, this truth I tell to you. But mother, you ken, I had another sweetheart when I was across the sea. She was a king's daughter, and this baby she sent to me. If this be true, my son Willie, as that I think it be, there'll be nae mair harm done to you, bonny son, than ever was done to thee. But mind you this, my mother dear, when you come here to dine, you may aye be merry wi' my bonny young son, but never ever ca' him mine. Well, up he rose, and away he goes, as fast as he could gang, and when he came to his lady's bower, he heard her making her moan. My young son's to the white fishing, he's o'er young for the sea, and long, long, long will I seek for fish, ere ony fish he bring me. My young son's to the white fishing gain, and he's o'er young for the foam, and long, long, long will I seek for fish, ere ony fish he bring hame. "Oh, gang to your bed, my dear one," he said. "Gang to your bed," said he. "Gang to your bed, my lily flower, and a drink I'll mak for thee." "I winna gang to my bed," said she, "nor a drink will I tak fae thee, for they that would droon my bonny young son will surely poison me." Hold your tongue, my dear, dear one, think nae such ill o' me. Your young son's at my mother's bower, and he's sitting on his nurse's knee. Hold your tongue, my dear, dear one, think nae such ill o' me. There'll be nae mair harm done to you, bonny son, than ever was done to me. And when we gang to my mother's bower, as off we'll gang there to dine, you may kiss your son, you may hold your son, but never ever ca' him thine. If this be true, my good Lord, this day now will I'll be. If it hadna come fae you, my good Lord, it never could ha' come fae me. Blessings on your cheeks, blessings on your chin, blessings on your red ruby lips, for you're aye a woman's friend. A woman's friend. The White Fisher.